Welcome everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Tarot. My name is Jenny. I'm so glad you could be here. So today, it's been a while, and I got to get back into the signs readings, but I wanted to do a pick a card, and I'm going to be using the same cards that I started with the signs, and we're just going to see what general energy, what messages want to come out, what guidance you can be given, things like that. So we're going to do 3 piles here. I've already pre-shuffled, sat with the cards. So if you want to, just think about it or just trust your intuition and pick one, we have pile number 1 with this lapis lazuli, pile number 2 with the citrine, and then pile number 3 with the red jasper. So, don't overthink it or anything like that. Just go with your gut feeling. What message is coming out? Spirit guided you to this message for you to be able to gain some wisdom or knowledge or some guidance along your journey here. So pick one of those, and we are going to go ahead and start with pile 1. So let me just get these out of the way. And we're going to start with this lapis lazuli here. So let's see what's coming out for you. Oh, we have nourishment. You are being asked to take some time out for self-care. So you might be putting all your efforts into helping other people, to a lot of work, whatever it is. You just need some nourishment at this time. Some time to step back and reflect, to rest, maybe to eat more healthy, maybe do some more physical activity, maybe get out in nature and ground yourself. Whatever it is, there's some kind of need for more self-care here. So let's see what else is coming out for you. We have control. So control, this is actually, the control card is actually the king. So, sorry about that. So the King of Swords is all about control. They are very logical. The King of Swords, very logical. They use their intellect and logic. They don't get too emotional. They always try to stay in control of their environment, their situation, their truth. So, you might be all up in your head more, trying to control a situation, trying to control the environment. And what it's doing is it's leaving some stress, some anxiety, some overthinking, some overanalyzing. So what Spirit and the universe is trying to say is that you need to step back a little. Sometimes we cloud our own mind by that overthinking. What if I got to do it this way? And sometimes you just have to let things flow. So there's some need to step back and just kind of relax, take care of yourself, ground yourself, and to be able to gain that new perspective. So let's see what else is coming out with the tarot. We have the Daughter of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. So there could be some kind of a new beginning in the emotional realm. I'm kind of feeling like you kind of need to step into your emotions a little bit, because it's all logical with this king. So you're kind of, you could be even stepping on some toes, like hurting people's feelings and things. And you could be, not dealing with your own emotions. So there's some kind of a message or new beginning in this emotional realm here. The Cups is all about those emotions. So there needs to be some kind of new perspective here of how you look at things. We have to balance out that mind and heart space, and really we have to be guided by our heart space and our spirit. Our mind is very important, but sometimes it's misguiding. So it's time to step back, maybe nurture yourself a little bit, gain that clarity, and come from that open heartness. Listen to those messages of what your spirit guides, your people around you that you love, things like that. Really pay attention to that. So let's see what else we're getting into. Oh my God, another water sign. Cups, another emotions. Queen of Cups, she's all about nurturing. So, this also could be, I feel, besides nourishing yourself, is nourishing people around you. I kind of feel like there's some kind of neglect, and it's not like intentional, but maybe you are throwing yourself into trying to control a situation and not seeing the other person's feelings, or you are throwing yourself into some logical state of, work or something like that. There needs to be some kind of emotional setback here, of seeing things from your heart space. This, again, like I said, is trusting your intuition, coming from that open heart space, being compassionate and loving. So let's see what feather card we have. We have the Vulture. Accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth to begin. So there's something that's like happened in the past that I kind of feel like maybe that's why you're in your logical space. Sometimes when we have things that happen in the past, we think never again, and you like try to control the situation. But see it for what it is. There might be needing some forgiveness here. The past is the past. What we need to do is learn the lessons from it and move forward. We can't drag that baggage with us. It only is going to affect us and the people around us. So there needs to be some kind of open-heartedness, some forgiving, some healing, some letting go of some past situation here, because it's putting you into this over-analytical, logical mindset, and you're kind of closed off your heart space here. And what it's doing, it's not only affecting you, it's affecting people around you. So let's see what else is coming up. There's some kind of rebirth, yeah. And then in tune, it's isolating you. You might not have that close connection with people that you're close, like loved ones and things like that. You're putting yourself in this isolation mode, and I really feel like it's defensive, like closing off your heart. You don't want to be hurt again from whatever happened in this past. So there's really a lot of forgiveness here. I read somewhere on one of the social media things, which I'm trying to avoid now, but somebody was like, I will never forgive. I don't have to. And they were trying to make it sound like it's reasonable. And yeah, I get it. I've been hurt and I want to just close off and just disown that person or whatever. But in the long run, it's not saying that you have to have that person or situation back in your life again. But what it does, it closes you off. It closes you off from your soul, your heart space. And you need to let that go and just start looking at what the lesson was. How did you gain that strength from it? And knowing that you will know better next time, right? So, it's only hurting you and, possibly the people around you as well. But let's see what these chakra cards are. We have perception. Yeah, see, it's all about the way you look at things. See, and this is that heart space. So you have to have that open heart space and look at things in a different way. And this is the throat chakra, this isolation. So see, you're not even really speaking your truth. You have that King of Swords, and you might be living your truth and seeing things for as they are. But the King of Swords in the negative aspects can be cold, detached, things like that. And I feel like that's where it's went into this isolation. And then lastly, we have release. Yeah, see? This is the crown chakra, so it's the highest chakra, and it's time to release, because it's like you're almost like dead inside. See these graves? Yeah, it's made you isolated, where you feel alone, like you don't have much of a life. You're just going through the motions here. So it's time to get out of this isolation, start really speaking your truth, but from the heart space, okay? And take care of yourself and let go of the past. Forgive. Don't carry that baggage with you. It's only holding you back, pulling you down, making you feel isolated and like almost dead inside. So that is your message pile number 1. And also this lapis lazuli, this stone actually is for opening your mind. It gives you enlightenment and encourages self-awareness, self-confidence, self-knowledge, peace and harmony. So it actually really goes with this. So you might want to pick up some of this lapis lazuli, okay? So let's go ahead and get into pile number 2. Okay, so if you chose pile number 2, you picked this beautiful yellow citrine. All right, so let's go ahead and get into, well, let me tell you what this is about. This builds confidence. It's overcoming insecurities. It lifts your spirits. It's like the happy stone, right? It's yellow. It's like that solar plexus chakra energy. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's coming up for you. Ooh, we have universal mind. You are about to receive the solution to your problem or concern. Okay, so it looks like you might have become enlightened, gained confidence here or something. And when you open up and go kind of with the flow, things come to you more easily. So it looks like you are going to be getting a solution to whatever problem you're going through. I kind of feel like you have opened up your perspective and see things in a new way, and kind of just like, almost like, when you get to the point you're fighting, you're having all this drama, and finally you just say, F it. I don't care what happens, whatever happens, kind of like that. And in a way, it's kind of freeing. You don't really have expectations of what's going to happen, or you're just going to let it be. It's kind of almost like that. And then we get these answers to our solutions here, instead of resisting and trying to control and trying to push. you know, that forceful energy, it always like pushes things away. So it's almost like you've opened up your mind, you've become more aware, you've had enlightenment, and things are going to be answered now. So let's see what else is coming up. Ooh, we have the Creator. So this Creator is actually the King of Wands. So see, this is like that passionate fire energy. So I feel like almost like with whatever you let go of and kind of just opened up your mind to go with the flow, then all this creative flow comes in, your passions open up. So then that's why you're going to be getting this message, because you're going to see that clearly now, from things that you might have been resisting or trying to control. Like, you know, sometimes when we want to answer and we just keep like pushing it, and it's like we just get more confused and more stressed out. This is like when we finally say, you know, I'm just going to take it day to day, enjoy my life, and it'll come to me. So it does. It like this passion opens up, this creativity opens up, and the answers flow in, you know? You just know, right? So let's see what else is coming up for you. Ooh, we have the Devil. Yeah, see? So this is, I really feel like there was things in your life that maybe like that pattern of control or behavior, old patterns of belief, trying to do it an old way. This Devil was, you know, keeping you in that stuck energy, you know, like pushing and forceful and things like that. This also could be like maybe overindulging, you know. So once you let this, you know, flick this Devil off your shoulder, things become more clear. You see things for what they are, right? This also could be Capricorn energy. And I think, did we just have the Capricorn moon? I'm trying to think. I think we did. I think we just had a Capricorn moon. So this, I feel kind of like with that moon, opened up things, you know. I really feel like some of you might have done some work with the moon and released a lot of energy. So, you know, that's what the full moon is about. And this kind of just dissipated. So once that dissipated and you got in that clear flowing mindset, the answers are coming to you. You don't feel as stressed out and things. Yeah, look, Four of Swords. Yeah, you kind of just like rejuvenated, rested. It's like a fresh breath of fresh air, you know. And look at that heart. I love that. Yeah, and it just kind of opened up your heart space, and you just kind of like trusted in the universe. You trusted in divine timing, and then the answers come in. Once this like little behavior pattern or this pesky energy dissipated, or you let go of that, whatever it was, these answers come in. You know, you feel less stressed. You feel rejuvenated. Okay, so let's see what else. We have the Oriole, which is a new creative adventure is on the horizon. See, it is a positive change. Yeah, see? Yeah, so once we let go, like with that full moon energy, the Capricorn energy, once we let go of, you know, being too analytical, being too uptight, trying to control things, and just let things flow in, you know, there's something new on the horizon, a positive change. So look at that, the root chakra renewal. Yeah, building from the ground up. It's like a new seed being planted and grown. Feeling more grounded, more at balance. And it feels like a new you almost. Look at that. Yes, the throat chakra is expansion. So yeah, expanding. Living your truth more. Being able to speak your truth. Being your authentic self. This expansion coming in. And then we have grief. See, this heart space, I really feel like that's before like that grief you might have been holding on to from the like past experiences and things like that. And also too, when we open up, sometimes things come back in. So I really feel kind of like, you know, and this looks almost like she lost this little pet. So I really feel like, you know, during this time you might be triggered. And, you know, when we get triggered, sometimes we want to resort back to old patterns of behavior. You know, we might be triggered because of a loss of something here. So be aware of that, you know, because sometimes then we think like we never made progress, but what it is we're kind of sabotaging ourselves. So just be aware that things might come back in with this new flow, this new perspective. You might have some reminders of things you've lost in the past, or even to pass down loved ones. You know, but, you know, just be cautious of how you handle that, you know, how you perceive that, okay? But I do feel like there's some passed down loved ones or ancestors that are around you, supporting you during this time. And this is also reminding you to keep that open heart no matter what's happened in the past. You're being given this opportunity to expand, to grow, to gain that self-knowledge, that confidence, to live in peace and harmony and happiness. Okay, so that is your message pile 2. I wanted to say mile. Okay, so let's get into pile number 3. So this is the red jasper. All right, pile number 3. Let's see what you've chosen. You chose the red jasper, and your first card out is resolve. This is a period of indecision and inner conflict, and it's time to make a decision. Okay, so I feel like this is almost like that 2 energy where you're like on a crossroads, like two of wands, like trying to decide. 2 of swords also, like indecision, but like you are at a crossroads. There's some kind of issue and you're trying to make a decision. You're creating turmoil within yourself. You know, that overthinking mentality like we do, you know, like because we don't want to fail again, or we don't want to get hurt again. So you're not making a choice. But this is a period of indecision and inner conflict, and it's time to make a decision. Sometimes we just got to take that leap and make a decision. And if it's not the right path, we know better and we learn a lesson and we move on to the next. But sitting on the fence just makes us almost crazy in our minds, right? We just overthink, we're stressed out. So there's the resolution to this is making a decision. You know, it's no longer beneficial to be sitting on that fence, okay? It's jump on one side of the fence and make your move, okay? So let's see what else comes out with this. All right. So now we have traveling. So this might involve something with traveling. So traveling, this is the 8 of Wands. So this I really feel like is, you know, moving away from something. So if you're sitting on the fence, like trying to decide if you should move, even it could be to a new location or in general or from a relationship, this is what it's about. So there's some kind of conflict, like you're sitting on the fence, like should I stay or should I go? It reminds me of that song. Who was that? The Clash. Should I stay or should I go now? Yeah. So you're like trying to decide. It's time to make a decision, you know? You're not getting anywhere with sitting on the fence. So if you need to move away from something, I really am getting that that's something that you should try. Because if you're thinking about it, you know, it's kind of like you want to, really, you know, right? Because if we didn't, we wouldn't be having that issue. So there's some kind of energy of telling you like you really need to move on from this, but there's something holding you back. It could be your loyalty. It could be fear of the unknown, letting go of the past, things like that. So I really feel like a lot of you have outgrown something here, but your loyalty and fear of letting go of people or situations is holding you back. And that's what's causing this conflict and sitting on the fence. Okay. All right. Let's see what else is coming up. The Fool. Well, talk about a new journey. Yeah. This is taking a risk and starting that new journey, you know, facing those fears. And the 8 of Pentacles, yeah. So this could be involving, you know, going off to a school or learning a new trade, taking a new job. This is some kind of a skill set that you have learned or you are in the process of learning. And what I'm getting from this is that you have learned a lot of lessons and you have outgrown this situation. It's just fear of the unknown and moving forward. And sometimes we have that loyalty where we feel like we're leaving people behind. But if you've outgrown something, it's only keeping you stuck and stunted in life, okay? So it's something that you need to resolve here. Let's see what feather card comes out, divine feather card. We have the white eagle. The connection to divine guidance is in with you. So I really feel like you're having a lot of intuition. You really know what to do, honestly. You know what to do. So really decide what is it actually that's holding you back. Is it because the person's going to feel like you abandoned them? I mean, sometimes we have that connection too. I mean, you could have that heart-to-heart talk with someone, you know, but there's some resolution that needs to be made here. There's some choice that needs to be made. So let's see what the chakra cards are coming out. We have perfection. So this is the root chakra. Yeah, we always want to be perfect, but nothing is ever perfect. You know, we defeat ourselves by thinking things are going to be perfect. You know, no situation's perfect. No life is perfect. But it's the imperfections that make us who we are, make us unique. And that's what we got to let go of. You know, the world always is trying to shove that perfect life down our throats. And nothing is perfect. It's perfectly imperfect. And that's what it should be. So if you're striving for perfection and you want it all, the cake and eat it too, that's not going to happen. You have to just make a choice, okay? So let's see what else is coming out here with the chakra cards. Vanity, yeah, see? So this could be a lot of ego-related issue too, you know? Again, with that perfection, that's kind of like, you know, we want to be perfect. We want everybody to adore us. And that's not always going to happen. We're going to make people mad. People are not going to agree with us. But that's life, you know. We're never going to have that. So you're always going to be striving for perfection and admiration. And, you know, it's just impossible. You know, there's so many people and situations in this planet that you're never going to have completely that. And what it's going to do is lower your vibration because you're always chasing that, you know. So let's see what else comes up. And confusion. See, and that leads to confusion. This is your crown chakra. This leaves you confused. You know, and I really feel that with this resolve and inner conflict and all that. There's a lot of confusion here. So I really feel like this pile here is a card of ego versus your soul, your higher self. And it's time to make that choice. Sometimes that ego wants us to get that admiration and have that perfection and all the material things and people liking us and all that. And it's time to balance that. Ego has its place, but it can keep you stuck and confused. You know, what is the real value in life? It's the experiences. It's the memories. You know, it's what we enjoy. It's, you know, things like that we can't buy, you know. It's not the material things. So there's some kind of balance that needs to be with these two. And there's some decision that's being made because there's some kind of, and, you know, ego can even be like our fear, you know, our fear, wanting that admiration again, our anxiety, things like that. So there's some kind of letting go of some kind of aspect of your ego and moving forward and making this choice from your soul, from your higher self, from your intuition, okay? That's going to bring a lot more peace. And this red jasper is all about building stamina, courage, and endurance. So this might take a lot of courage. You know, things aren't easy. When we want to achieve our dreams and our goals and our best life, it's not easy. We have to, you know, move away from situations and people. We have to lose people in our life. But, you know, you have that choice. You can stay stuck and comfortable and making everybody happy, or you can choose what your life is here meant to do. And it doesn't mean you have to cut these people out completely, you know. And it doesn't mean, I mean, if they really love you, they're going to love you no matter what. If you want to make a choice to go off to college or move, you know, they're going to still love you if it's true love, right? So that is your message pile number 3. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.